Hello students, welcome to the part 1 of the excretory system. Again this is an human biology chapter, and again this excretion chapter is very easy. Okay, a lot of terminology will be used in this chapter. So let's start with the first part. First, what do you mean by the term excretion? Okay, what do you mean by the term excretion? Excretion means the removal of the harmful and the unwanted nitrogenous waste, okay, products from the body. So excretion means basically to get expel out of the body, to remove out from your body. What do you mean by this nitrogenous waste? Last year there was a chapter that is a digestive system. So in that, if you have noticed, there was the nutrient that is called protein, and the main essential element of the protein was the nitrogen. Okay, the main and the essential element of the protein was nitrogen. Okay, so this nitrogenous waste means what? This urea, uric acid. See, whenever we eat food, so we get different amount of a nutrition. Okay, we get carbohydrates, we get proteins, we get fats, vitamins, minerals, each and everything we get. But as this nitrogenous waste can't be held for a longer period of a time, see, we can keep our glucose in the liver. Okay, we can store up the glucose, excess amount of glucose in the liver, but we won't be able to store up this nitrogen for a longer period of a time. So once an excess of nitrogenous waste gets accumulated, it has to be excreted out, or else it would be very harmful for the human body. Even in some of the cases the person dies also. So this nitrogenous waste are like urea, uric acid. So basically these are the names of the waste, and where this nitrogenous waste are going to form in the protein rich foods. Nephrons. See, you have studied about the cell chapter. Dash is the structural and the functional unit of life, that is cell. In this chapter, these nephrons are the structural and the functional unit of kidney. Okay, there are millions and billions of nephrons which are present in the kidneys. How is the shape of a kidney? It is like a kidney shape. Okay, something you can symbolize with a guard cells also. So this is the basic kidney, and inside this kidney there are millions and billions of nephrons are present. Okay, why? What is the function of this nephron? These nephrons are very important. Without these nephrons, this kidneys, I mean to say excretory system, won't work in a perfect way. Why? Because these nephrons are the filtering units. They are the filtering units of the kidney. See, when any of the waste, okay, when any of the waste which gets accumulated in the body, the kidney filters it up, like how aquaguard does the work. Okay, when there is an excess amount of the waste, it gets expelled out from this. The same like that, when there is an excess amount of the waste which is produced in the body, these nephrons, which are also called as the filter units, they start to filter up the blood, and the things which are not useful get expelled out through the form of urine, and the things which are necessary runs into the body in the form of blood. Okay, now what are the substances need to be eliminated? What do you mean by eliminated? Means basically thrown out or removed. The carbon dioxide and water. Nitrogen is metabolic waste, excessive salt and vitamins, water and bile pigments. One by one, I am going to start up with the part. This carbon dioxide and water. See, if you know of this reaction, when this glucose, this is the formula of glucose, in the presence of oxygens, what does it forms? it forms carbon dioxide and water. This carbon dioxide can be easily expelled out through the from the lungs. Okay, this carbon dioxide is easily eliminated through the lungs, and this water get expelled out in the form of sweat. So whenever we take any of the nutrition, we get the glucose in that, and in this presence of oxygen, they get broken down into carbon dioxide and water, which is expelled through the lungs and which is released in the form of the sweat. So these are the things which need to be eliminated, because an excess amount of carbon dioxide if get accumulate, the person won't be able to breathe properly, and if excess amount of water gets accumulate, it won't be able to regulate the body temperature. So that's why this releasing of water is very essential. 9. Nitrogen is metabolic waste. So we have already studied up, okay, what do you mean by the nitrogen is metabolic waste, and I have already said that nitrogen in the body won't be able to store. So what does they do? What does they do? Okay, when there is an extra amino acids, what is an amino acids? It's a smaller units of protein. Okay, smaller unit of proteins. When this amino acids can't be stored, so they get broken down. Okay, they get break down this amino acids and convert itself into glucose and urea. Now this glucose, which is quite essential because it is giving you the nutrition, get easily absorbed, as I said, and the things which are not useful, that is the urea, get expelled out of the body. If this urea get highly accumulated inside the blood, so it can cause death, because this is a waste part. Okay, this is not the useful part, so it needs to be removed out from the body. Now, excess salt and vitamins, what does that mean? See, excess salt such as NaCl, okay, and vitamins such as water soluble vitamins, that is vitamins B and C, and excess salts also need to get eliminated out of the body, because we need a sufficient amount of the nutrition. Excess amount of the salt get presence inside the body, so definitely it can cause a problem related to the blood pressures. So that is why you have to eliminate this extra salt also. Now water, okay, the water needs to get excrete out of the body. So the water can be removed in two ways. One is in the form of urine, and second in the form of sweat. Okay, even these are this urine and sweat are, again, this urine contains of the urea. Okay, so that is why it is always recommended to have around 2.5 liter to 3 liter of water daily. Why they say like that? Because it helps to regulate up the body temperature. At the same period of a time, the waste which gets accumulated get flushed out from your body. Now, bile pigments, you have heard this word in your 9th standard. So first, bile are yellowish in color. Okay, the bile pigments are yellowish in colors. Why the biles are yellowish in our color? Because due to the presence of the pigment, that is the bilirubin. Okay, because due to the presence of this pigment. What do you mean by pigment? Pigments means which impart colors. Okay, which impart color, like RBCs. What is the color of the RBCs? Red. Why the color of the RBCs are red? Due to the pigment that is called hemoglobin. You have heard this word. Okay, hemoglobin. The hemoglobin which is present inside this RBCs give them the red color texture. So same like that, these bile pigments are yellowish in color. And how does they get the yellow? How they get this yellowishness? Due to the presence of this pigment, that is the bilirubin. So this is the question they always ask from the board. This is very important. Okay, so first, why does this? From how does this yellow color comes from? Listen. When any of the RBCs die, suppose this is a RBC, the average lifespan of RBC is around 120 days. After a span of 120 days, these RBCs die. Okay. And I said, how does the blood get red color? Due to the presence of hemoglobin. Okay, the hemoglobin which is present inside these RBCs get broken down. Okay, gets broken down, and when this hemoglobin which is present inside this RBC get broken down, it imparts yellow color. Okay, so that is why you can easily notice this bile pigments. Okay, these bile pigments are very useful because it works in the digestive system. So what is the function of this? The pigments are modified into intestine to pigments that give fishes their yellowish brown color. Okay, these bile pigments, okay, which has been excreted out from the liver, okay, they impart color to your feces part and the urine part. So that is why whenever we drink any of the thing colorless, but while urinate, it seems to be yellowish in color. Why? Due to the presence of this bile pigment and the feces. Okay, even the feces color is yellowish brown. Okay, why? The color of the feces is uniform, that is yellowish brown, due to the presence of this bile pigments, because they impart color to this food material, and this all are the waste. Now, which are the 4 important excretory organs? That is the kidney, skin, lungs, liver. See, this kidney right now I am not going to discuss because the whole chapter is completely based on this kidney only. So we have to discuss this part in detail only. But let's start with the skin. Okay, last year there was a chapter that was of skin. So you have heard about this part. Okay, see, suppose this is a patch of a skin. These are the 2 pores. In one of the pores there is the hair, and this is a hairless pore. This is the hairless pore. What is the function of this hairless pore? To release the sweat. Okay, this hairless pores excrete out this sweat, and this sweat contains up a small amount of the urea. Okay, this sweat contains a smaller amount of urea, and it has to be eliminated out. And at the same period of a time, the taste of the sweat is bit saltiest. Why it tastes bit saltiest? Because whenever this sweat, means the water which get eliminated, it excrete out some sodium chloride also, so that is why it is saltiest. Okay, and the skin always helps for the temperature regulation also, and it provides up the cooling effect. See, if suppose we are playing in the garden, and if suppose you assume that when you were playing at that period of a time, the sweat was not getting expelled out of the body, so what is going to happen? The body temperature will rise, and when the body temperature will rise, the enzymes which are present inside the body won't be able to get function properly. So that is why the skin provides up the cooling effect by releasing of the sweat. It's a sign, okay, of cooling part. Now the lungs. What does lungs is going to get expelled out? we take in oxygen and releases carbon dioxide. So that is why lungs is also called as the excretory organ, because it releases CO2. And liver. So what is the function of this liver? Function of this liver, it helps to convert up the ammonia, that is NH3, into urea, and this urea is excreted through the urine. So basically because as I already said, you won't be able to store up the proteins inside your body. Okay, so when you won't be able to store up any of the proteins, it get expelled out of the body in the form of the urea. Okay, liver also break down the bad cholesterol, the alcohol, the drugs related part. So this liver is very useful. Now this is a basic structure. Okay, this is a basic structure as we can see out here. So first I'm going to just collect up the name for you: renal artery, renal vein, right side kidney, left side kidney, dorsal aorta, ureter, urinary bladder, and urethra. These are the structure of the excretory system. See, right side. So first, the shape of the kidney. There are two kidneys, and they are the bean shaped kidneys. Okay. So if you notice, I have made this right side kidney little shorter. Okay, why the right side kidney is bit shorter than the left one? Because on the right side of the kidney there is a liver. Okay, there is a gland, that is a liver. Suppose this is a liver which is present out here, and as this liver is present out here, so that is why your right side of the kidney seems to be bit lower than the left one. This is left and this is right. Okay, now this is the dorsal aorta. Right now we don't have to study this part. Dorsal means the back side. See, from each of the kidney there is an arrangement of the tube. From each of the kidney there is arrangement of the tube. This tube is called as the ureter. Okay, so from where does this ureter, means this tube, is arising? From this notch part. Okay, we can see out here I'm going to mark this part for you. So suppose this is a kidney, and from this part there is an arrangement of the tubes. Okay, these two tubes, this is the attachments of the tube, which is called as the hilum. Okay, and they are present in both of the kidneys, and from there is a release of this ureter. Now if you are going to see a back kind of structure out here, that is the urinary bladder. Okay, and this urinary bladder, it is in the lower part of the abdomen. Okay, the function, okay, when this ureter, this tube like structures get end, it gives a shape of a back kind of a structure, which is known as the urinary bladder. The function of this urinary bladder is to store up the urine. Okay, see, whenever we drink water, we immediately does not urinate. Okay, so where does this water get stored up? This water gets stored up in this urinary bladder. Okay, this urinary bladder, and there is a muscles out here. The labeling has not been given. See, between this urinary bladder and urethra, there is a presence of the muscles, that is the sphincter muscles. The function of the sphincter muscles, see, the sphincter muscle is usually closed, but when this urinary bladder, this back kind of a structures get full, so this sphincter muscles get open and the water get expelled out from this tube, that is the urethra, which is present in the penis region. Okay, in the penis region. So this is the whole part. This is renal, right kidney, left kidney, ureter, urinary bladder, urethra. These are the main and the important part. And this dorsal aorta, what does dorsal means? Dorsal means the backside, and the aorta means which helps to transport up the oxygenated blood. And they have written the renal artery and renal vein. What does that renal artery and renal vein means? The word renal means kidney. Okay, arteries are usually red in color. Why the arteries are red in color? Because they are oxygenated, and the veins are usually shown as blue in color. But there is nothing like red and blue. There is nothing like blue color inside your body. It is just an conventional part. And the vein have been seen as a blue color part. Why it has been shown as the blue color part? Because it carries up the deoxygenated blood. And the function of this renal artery is that it has the oxygenated blood, but this has oxygenated blood, but it is impure. But with the help of this renal vein, it get purified. Okay, the things which does not get purified get expelled out of from this kid. See, the things which does not get expelled, it gets eliminated. Okay, this is deoxygenated and the purest form, and they get inside this kidney, and the function of the kidney is to excrete out the waste part then. Now this is the longitudinal section. Okay, what do you mean by longitudinal section? Longitudinal section means if I am going to cut the kidney into a straight part, so how it is going to appear. So first I just wanted to show this part to you. Okay, this is the cortex. What do you mean by cortex according to the biology? Cortex means the outermost part. We have done this in endocrine also, this word. And this is the medulla. Medulla means the middle region. Okay, and these are some more structure. These are the renal pelvis. Where this renal pelvis is present, this shape. Okay, as we can see out here, this whole shape here, this is nothing but the renal pelvis. You can see up this diagram in your book also. This is the renal artery. Arteries are oxygenated, so that is why it is red in color, and veins are usually blue in color because they are deoxygenated. Here it is an interesting part. The renal artery, which is oxygenated, but this renal artery carry impure blood. Impure. The blood is oxygenated, but it has impurity in it. So what is the function? This renal artery bring the blood towards the kidney. Okay, what is the function of the kidney then? The function of the kidney is for the filtration part. This blood, okay, which is oxygenated but impure, get into the pure form, because the function of the kidney, as I already said, is to filter. So this impure blood got purified, and this is oxygenated now, but here it becomes deoxygenated. Why it becomes deoxygenated? because this blood has been again carried up to the body towards the heart, and then heart again convert this deoxygenated blood into oxygenated blood. So this is how the function comes. Okay, see, I'm going to make two arrows. The renal artery take in the blood and the renal vein takes out the blood, and this renal vein then get transport of the blood to the heart, where it gets purified, as we are going to study this in the circulatory part as well. If you are going to look in the proper medulla region, that is the middle region, we can see this triangulated shape. They are called as the conical pyramids. Okay, there are many conical pyramids inside this, and the medulla is lighter in color. This medulla is lighter in color, but the cortex part, this is the cortex part, the outermost part. This is quite darker in nature. Okay, this medulla contains a lot numerous amount of the pyramids inside this. Okay, inside these pyramids there is the presence of the nephrons. Okay, where are the nephrons present? Inside this medulla region. Okay, and cortex also and medulla also, because it is big, na? The half of the body part of the nephron is present outside and inside both. And each of the conical pyramid is called papilla. Each pyramid is called papilla. Okay, which is quite connected to this pelvis region. Okay, and inside this kidney, as I already said, okay, there is a main structural and the functional unit part is present, that is the nephrons. There are many names which are related to that, that is urinoferous tubules, nephrons, renal tubules, or just kidney tubules also you can say. There are 4 names. Okay, so out of that you can select any of one or two: nephrons, urinoferous tubules, renal tubules, or kidney tubules. They are just the names. Now suppose I just wanted to see of this nephron part. How does this nephron looks like? How does this nephrons look like? If you notice, there is a partition in between. Okay, there is a partition in between. There is an upper half. Okay, there is an upper half and there is an lower half. As you can see, this lower half, it is quite dark in nature. Why this part is dark in nature? Because this region is present in the cortex and the cortex is darker. But the above one is quite light in nature, because this is the medulla part of the kidney. Okay, we are going to study about each and every structure, but first understand that the medulla part is lighter. Okay, and we can see proximal convoluted tubule, Bowman's capsule and all, and in the cortex region we can see the loop of Henle. Just remember these names as of now: loop of Henle, PCT, Bowman's capsule. These are the 3 important words. PCT and Bowman's capsule are present in the medulla region. Okay, loop of Henle is present in the cortex region. And this is the structure of the nephron. And this was all related to the human excretory system. We can see the adrenal gland, which is located on the above side of the kidneys, medulla, cortex, renal pelvis, renal vein, renal artery, and ureter, opening of the ureter, which is also called as the opening of the ureter, means the sphincter muscles they are talking. Okay, this opening of the ureter means the sphincter muscle, and this is the urinary bladder, which helps to store up the urine for a temporary period of a time. Now, and we have done the longitudinal section. Okay, that is the pelvis, medulla, cortex, and we have studied about this part, that is the Bowman's glomerulus and Henle loop. Okay, just don't forget to understand about this name. This is the loop of Henle. So this was all about the part 1 of the excretory system. This structure of nephron, in the next lecture we are going to discuss in detail. So just student, I want you to remember the word Bowman's capsule, glomerulus, PCT and loop of Henle. PCT means the proximal convoluted tubule. Just recollect these names. Okay, just understand up these names and keep in your head, so that whenever the next part comes, at that period of a time it becomes quite easy for you to understand. Which names? Bowman's capsule, PCT, loop of Henle, okay, and glomerulus. So this was all about the part 1 of the excretory system. Thank you, students.